Today, we are diving into something huge, something that's basically the engine behind, well, pretty much everything, from our cities to our own futures. We're talking about the big idea of investment. And we're going to break it down because it's really the fundamental blueprint for any kind of growth. So, let's start with a little bit of a puzzle. What in the world is the connection between the smartphone that's probably in your hand right now and a massive, glittering city built right in the middle of a desert? Sounds completely rando, right? Well, believe it or not, the answer is the exact same powerful force we're digging into today. The link is investment. All right, so to really get this, let's start with the absolute basics. Let's get right down to the core principle. What exactly is investment? At its heart, it's actually a pretty simple but really profound idea. You're taking resources, money, time, even just effort, and you're committing them today, all with the hope, the expectation that whatever you put them into will be worth more tomorrow. It's all about looking ahead. It's really just a bet on the future. And every single investment has this fundamental trade-off built right in. On one side, you have the sacrifice. You're making a choice to not spend or use those resources right now. You're delaying that instant gratification. And on the other side, well, that's the goal. That's the potential for that sacrifice to really pay off and create something way bigger, way better down the road. But, and you absolutely have to remember this part, that growth, it is never ever guaranteed. Nope. Every single investment, no matter how big or small, comes with a partner. And that partner's name is risk. The chance for a huge reward is always balanced by the very real possibility that things might not work out the way you planned. Okay, so theory is one thing, but what does this look like in the real world, especially when the pressure is on? Let's get into the incredible story of Samsung's massive gamble. Okay, so try to picture this. The year is 1997. The Asian financial crisis is just tearing through economies. Companies all across South Korea are collapsing left and right. Now, the safe, logical move would be to cut way back, right? Save every single penny you can. But Samsung, they did the exact opposite. They took this huge, massive risk and just started pouring money into research and technology. They made a massive sacrifice in the short term, betting everything on a high-tech future. And that gamble? Whoa, did it pay off? It completely transformed them into the global tech giant we all know today. In fact, that risky investment they made way back in the 90s is a direct reason why that smartphone we talked about just might be a Samsung. That's the power of investment. So we're not just talking about corporations here. This idea scales up, way up. These same principles can literally shape the destiny of an entire nation. Yeah, governments do it too. And sometimes they place absolutely massive bets on their own future. And one of the best examples of this has got to be the United Arab Emirates, which basically gambled on a vision that seemed almost impossible at the time. They made this incredibly strategic, long-term investment. They poured unbelievable amounts of money into building world-class infrastructure. We're talking everything from airports to massive shipping ports. Then, they systematically built up their tourism and travel sectors. And they did all of this with one goal in mind: to transform cities like Dubai from these remote desert outposts into essential global hubs for business and finance. It was an enormous, multi-decade investment that completely changed their future. Okay, so we've gone big. We've talked about a huge company, we've talked about an entire country, but let's bring this all the way back home. What does any of this have to do with you? Well, the principle is exactly the same. I mean, think about it. When you buy stocks, you're investing money today, hoping for financial growth tomorrow. When you spend your time and money on getting an education or learning a new skill, you're investing in yourself for a better career down the line. Even buying a house is a long-term bet on its value going up. It's all the same core idea, just on a personal scale. See? It doesn't matter if we're talking about a tech giant, an entire nation, or just you. The mechanism underneath it all is identical. It's about planting a small seed today with the vision of a whole forest standing there tomorrow. It is all about growth over time. All right, let's zoom out one last time and really tie all of this together. What's the big picture here? What's the ultimate takeaway? I mean, just stop and think about this for a second. Every brand you love, every product you use, every major company that shapes our daily lives, it only exists because at some point in the past, someone took a risk. They made a sacrifice. They put their money and their faith into an idea when the outcome was completely up in the air. Investment, with all its scary risks, is literally the engine of our modern world. And that really leaves us with one big final question to chew on.
When you look at everything from corporate decisions to government policies, all the way down to our own personal choices, what kind of future are we all building with the investments, big and small, that we choose to make today?